Let me be clear. The United Nations is not leaving Sudan. Our commitment is to the Sudanese people in support of their wishes for a peaceful and secure future. We stand with them at this terrible time. I've authorized the temporary relocation both inside and outside Sudan of some United Nations personnel and of families. I call on all Council members to exert maximum leverage with the parties to end the violence, restore order and return to the path of the democratic transition. We must all do everything within our power to pull Sudan back from the edge of the abyss. Mr. President, thank you for convening the Security Council today around the important issue of effective multilateralism. Multilateral cooperation is the beating heart of the United Nations, its raison d'être and guiding vision. The establishment of the United Nations in 1945 represented humanity's best attempt to prevent any repetition of the horrors of two world wars and the Holocaust. Over the past 78 years, the multilateral system has held together and delivered some notable successes. The tools and mechanisms established by the Charter have played their part in averting a third world war. Peacemaking and preventive diplomacy by the United Nations have helped end conflicts around the world. United Nations peacekeeping operations have helped societies move away from conflict, saving perhaps millions of lives. Our disarmament and non-proliferation efforts have helped to confine nuclear weapons to a handful of states. And the United Nations was central to the decolonization process and the independence of 80 former colonies, today members of the UN. We have helped to advance economic and social progress and contributed to reducing poverty and hunger, eradicating diseases and building recognition and respect for fundamental human rights. The global humanitarian system, coordinated by the United Nations, saves millions of lives each year. And multilateral solutions to global problems, from the ozone layer to the eradication of polio, are tried, tested and proven to work. None of this progress would have been possible without countries standing together as a multilateral human family, which makes today's situation all more dangerous. We face unprecedented and interlocking crises, but the multilateral system is under greater strain than at any time since the creation of the United Nations. Tensions between major powers are at an historic high. So are the risks of conflict through misadventure or miscalculation. Russia's invasion of Ukraine, in violation of the United Nations Charter and international law, is causing massive suffering and devastation to the country and its people, and adding to the global economic dislocation triggered by the COVID-19 pandemic. Elsewhere, conflicts green dawn, from Myanmar to the Sahel, from Somalia to the Democratic Republic of the Congo and beyond. The situation in Sudan now threatens to destabilize the entire region. While there are some promising developments in Yemen and Libya, more than 100 million people have fled their homes to escape violence, conflict and persecution around the world. Effective multilateral responses are urgently needed to prevent and resolve conflicts, manage economic uncertainty, rescue the Sustainable Development Goals, and address challenges to the global norms against the use and possession of nuclear weapons.